How does an appraisal affect your home purchase here in the Twin Cities? My name is Travis Anderson, your local real estate expert. Let's talk about it. First and foremost, what is an appraisal? An appraisal is going to be a third-party opinion of price. If you're obtaining a mortgage, it's required that the lender order an appraisal to get a third party's opinion of price. There are instances in which an appraisal can be waived with a mortgage. We're not going to talk about that in this video. An appraisal is an opinion of price, and if you're getting a loan, you're probably going to need that opinion. So what's the first concern that I have for my clients? Listen, timing is absolutely everything. You're going to want to make sure that you do everything you can in the purchase agreement to make sure you're moving things along with your lender. That means your inspection should probably be 4 days, 5 days, maybe 7 days, but not much longer. And you want to get in there and you want to get the home inspected. So when you're done with the inspection, you can call your lender or have your realtor call the lender and have them order the appraisal ASAP. An appraisal can take a couple of weeks to get back, okay? And so if we're closing in 30 days or 40 days and it takes 17 or 18 days to get an appraisal, you don't want to delay your closing. So an appraisal can really affect the purchase if we don't get it ordered quick enough and received back quick enough. Now let's say we get the appraisal back. Sometimes the purchase is affected if the appraisal price doesn't meet the purchase price. So use an example, the average home price is about $425 in the Twin Cities. Let's say you have an offer for $425 and a nice 4-bed home, 2,500 square feet in, let's say Inver Grove Heights, Minnesota. $425, but the appraisal comes in at $417. Well, you now have a gap, and it's called an appraisal gap. We have an $8,000 gap where the lender says, hey, look, we'd love to lend you the money, but we've determined that the home value is only $417,000 by this third-party opinion of price person called an appraiser. You've agreed to pay $425. We're unwilling to cover that difference. So you're going to have to figure this out. And you know what? There are some options. We've talked about this in another video. There are some options. You can negotiate the price. You can come up with the difference yourself. You can have the seller pay the difference. You might be able to buy an insurance policy that would cover that with the lender. But look, it does affect it if the price comes in lower than the purchase price on that home. Now, the third thing we're seeing is sometimes repairs come up. Now, this is most common if in an FHA appraisal, sometimes a VA appraisal, but sometimes the appraiser is calling out peeling paint, loose handrails, maybe a trip hazard, and we got to get those things fixed. Now, on a conventional mortgage, we don't see it very often, but they will call out structural items. I did a really good video on foundation issues and structural items and what my biggest issue is with those. You might want to check that out a couple of days ago. But sometimes that happens, and that, of course, would affect the sale of a home. Now, the fourth thing that affects the sale would be what we call a reinspection. Let's say the appraiser comes up to the home, they determine the value, it meets all of the needs, but there might be work that needs to be done, or maybe it's a new construction home that isn't yet finished. The appraiser then has to schedule a re-inspection or a reappraisal. Really, all they're doing is they're taking a look at the items that weren't finished and making sure that they are finished. Well, guess what? Now you're back to timing being an issue. You're back to having repairs being done being an issue. The appraiser's going to have to come out to the home. They will not accept, in any case I've ever seen, me taking a picture and texting them or emailing them the picture of something being completed. And guess what? The buyer has to pay for that reinspection in most instances. It's negotiable in the purchase agreement, but it is something that the buyer covers in most instances. So those are the things that I see affecting your home sale. Again, we're going to talk about the timing, the price of the home, are there any repairs needed, and if we need that reinspection. Keep an eye out for my other videos on appraisals, especially the one coming up where we talk about my biggest issue with appraisal. For today's market update, let's look at Lakeville. Now, single-family homes account for 79% of all of the home sales in Lakeville, and the average single-family home there is $563,600. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom home built in 2004, and it's 2,100 square feet. Now, how about the townhomes and condos? That makes up, of course, 21%. The average price there is $398,300. It's a 3-bed, 3-bath home, a little bit newer, built in 2010, a little bit smaller, it's 1,709 square feet. Look, if you have liked this video, do me a favor, like it, subscribe to my channel. Hit me up in the comments section And as always, all my best to you and yours.